might do here is I might make the main mic just a little bit louder. Hello, test 1 2, test 1 2. Just make sure I'm not too loud. But hopefully we can be able to pick up more of a Beeb, which that would be cool. Hi, Beeb.
Hi.
It's Beeb. It's a Beeb day. I get to stream with a Beeb. Beeb stream. Co-op with a Beeb. I'm very weird. I don't know if you... I knew that, or could tell. Well, here we go. I'm going to start recording and do a little intro. Is that okay? You want to come say hi? If you want to. We're recording. You don't look like a bum. You don't look like a bum. You look like it's your Saturday. It's your first day off. This is Beeb. Hi, Beeb.
Hi.
Ready? We're going to go solve some challenges and escape some rooms. Hi, everyone. Agent Talon. Back at it again. We are in Happy Tuesday. We are back in with Escape Simulator 2. So last stream we finished finding all the tokens in all the main levels, all 12 of them. And I did one of the dark challenges, but we have 11 more that we need to finish with. I don't know if the desktop audio is too loud. I can adjust it as we go. But we're going to roll back into it, and we're going to just try. Supposedly they're really hard. But that's the last thing we need to do in order to unlock the lobby. So we're going to give it a shot. You ready, Beeb?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, let's roll on in and resume. So, as I said, we've got all the tokens, and you know that because all these are complete. We have the keys, and all 3 of the keys are in there. I'm assuming we get keys once we unlock all 3 of the dark challenge. Well, all 4 of the dark challenges in each of the 3 areas. So, as a reminder for the dark challenges, where are you? Wrong game version. That's okay. Oh, hold on. She's loading back in. It kicked you out. That was so rude. We can't do this without a Beeb. Oh, but also while I'm here, let me move this because I remember this being an issue last time. So we need a chat box here in the middle. There we go, that looks good. And then we need to bring this up. And
Can't join.
okay, well let me, if you can't join, then let me exit out of the lobby. Hold on. We'll redo this whole thing. I'll even quit. And guess what? You get to see more of a Beeb, because that's a Beeb. It's a Beeb on the stream. Okay. You're so pretty. Look how pretty you are. Ugh. Ugh. I'm so lucky. She's giving me the embarrassed smile like, Beeb, stop. Not in front of the viewers. Let's try it now. Code is SQ96V. V. Mm-hmm. There we go. Beeb, we got a Beeb. Hi, Beeb. Sorry. It might have honestly changed the type because I had to adjust the VPN so we weren't dropping frames. So that might have been why. All right, so let's roll into the dark challenges. All the dark challenges, they're all over here. So I did one in the Cursed Treasure. But let's go back and do Dracula's Castle. Sound good? All right. So remember, for anyone joining in, the darkest puzzles, I should say, the darkest puzzle. Oh man. I call it dark challenges. Those are not. It's the darkest puzzle. So basically, they take a challenge from each of the 12 levels that you find in that particular room, and they take one of those and they make it notably harder. And the room is just that. All we have to do is just solve this one challenge. So we're going to roll into this one. I remember what this one is because this is like a This one can't lie. This one can lie. This one is not a liar. So yeah, so we're just in a room. All it does is light up this. This obelisk is kind of our way to get back to the lobby. Essentially, all we're doing is this. So, here's what we need to do. First of all, we could brute force this if we truly wanted to. But that's not in it. Okay, so let's look at all of our claims. All of our claims so far. We have half of us lie, half tell the truth. There's only one liar amongst us. Everyone but me is a liar. At least two of us are liars. Most of us are liars. Most of us tell the truth. Okay, so when they say most of us to me, what would imply more than 3? So it can't be even. And most of us are liars. So let's just assume that the top left one is true. Okay, let's say that is true. Half of us lie and half of us tell the truth. That means, by definition, there's only one liar amongst us would be a lie. Because it would have to be 3 and 3. Everyone but me is a liar. That's also a lie. We know that just because that guy would have to be a liar. Most of us tell the truth. That's also a lie. Most of us are liars. That's also a lie. And we've already run into a problem. Right? Tracks. Awesome. So, this one is definitely a lie. Half of us lie, half of us tell the truth. Okay? Everyone but me is a liar. So if this one was true, everyone but me is a liar. If that was true, okay, if this top one is true, then it's also broken. Because there are only 3 options that cover everyone. Most of us are liars. Most of us tell the truth, just based on numbers. And half of us lie, half of us tell the truth. That covers every possibility. Whether it's 6 are true, 6 are lies, whatever it happens to be. So that can't be true, or else these 3, half of us lie, half tell the truth, and most of us tell the truth, and most of us are liars. Those are all broken. So that is also a lie. Does that make sense? So not half of us lie, half of us tell the truth. And also, not everyone but me is a liar. There's only one liar amongst us. Okay. We know that that's a lie. Because we've already confirmed that there's one lie and 2 lies. Most of us tell the truth. I think that's gonna be... Well, most of us can't tell the truth because we've confirmed that there are 3 lies minimum. So that is also a lie. Most of us are liars. That is now true. Because at least 4 of the 6 are. At least 2 of us are liars. That is also true. So that should be it. It was actually pretty straightforward. Just break it down one at a time. Just breaking it down one at a time. So we've got 1 darkest puzzle. Well, technically we have 2, because I already did this one. Roll into the next one. You ready, babe? Now this is going to be, I think, us putting, yeah, a king, a queen, and a princess for every kingdom. Okay, so first of all, let's see this. How many kingdoms are there? There look to be 6 kingdoms. I do remember this one. This one was easier to figure out. a king, a queen, and a princess. So it's hard to tell the difference between these, honestly. That might be the most tricky part. But we just need to assume the worst. No, we need to assume that... Okay. So let's look at the orientation of these, yeah? So we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where our 4, whatever these are. Who knows? So these 4 are. So oh, wait a second. No, I'm silly. I'm silly. There are only 3, king, queen, princess. So there are 18 total, 6 regions. Okay, so that is obviously going to have to go on a border. So which borders can it go on? Almost all of them. It can go there, it can go there. I can't imagine it would go there. That seems like a waste of space. It could go there. You can click on it, babe, so it gets you can at least see the full picture. Yeah, it could go there. It can go to lots of places. This needs a south border dividing.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna lose my streak, so I have to...
Well, we can't do that. Hi, Beeb. You're in the room next to me. Thank you. Okay, let's try that. Okay. So let's assume, let's kind of look at our possibilities. Let's assume that this goes here. Okay? Yeah? Let's assume that this goes here. Let's also assume that that goes there. That lines up there. But we have 2 small regions, like really small regions. We have the blue, the light blue up here. We also have the orange up here. They just need 1 of each, which we could do like that. And if we got that, then we would need this. Ooh, wait a second, hold on. Put this down here. If we did that, then, oops, this would satisfy both of those. Does that make sense? Okay. Where does this 6 go? So we have 1, 2 that are together, 1, 2 that are together, and then 1, 1 that are together. So that could go there and satisfy both. Oh, nope. I lied. It can't go there. Now it can go there and satisfy both regions. But that would mean that nothing else is able to go in. Okay, so that does not go there. That can satisfy the yellow and the dark blue. But it doesn't go there because you can't put enough over in this orange section to satisfy it. So I think I was cooking with this over here.
So, is it showing red that it's wrong?
Red means there are too many of that kind in that region. That's what I think red is noting. Yeah. Okay, so as it stands here, this is satisfied. These 2 regions are satisfied. That could do that. And we would need... You know what? Let me try... We might need to get this guy out of here. That could work. that could work. Huh. No, not that. Okay, could this one go here? So it by itself is satisfying quite a few things. Yeah? It's having two uniques in each of those regions. This one can be the final queen that fills out red. The thing is, for this to be here, we would need a round top boy. And we don't have access to one. The closest round top boy that we can get would be up here, and now we have two of these. So I don't think this goes here, despite the fact that it looks good. So this doesn't go here, but maybe it goes on the other side. Don't mind me, I'm just moving a lot of shit. So that could go over there. Whoops. Now that can satisfy two in those regions. So in this bottom one... Okay. Actually, I don't think that's going to work either. So if this is working out to be something for... Interesting. So if this is working out, this is a big piece that's going to tell us a lot. I'm actually, now that I'm seeing this, I'll move my my camera back down here. That might, oh well, we can keep that. Actually, you know what? Let's keep that up there. Even better, let's move it down here. Yeah, sure, let's deal with that. So, nope, I lied again. Let's bring that down there. That looks good. Cool. So again, so I'm looking at this piece, wondering where this piece can go. So granted, there was nothing else. Like, okay, so this one has the queen. Let's call this one the queen. This one the king, this one the princess, I guess. This, so we have pointy, we have round, we have square. This one needs a square. But we can't get a square over here without... The square there doesn't work. That top three can't go over there, and this one obviously can't go over there. So it doesn't go there. Now, here's a great question. Can this go in anything else in this, like, two middle columns? And the answer is no. All those are in yellow. That doesn't work. So 4 of those would be in yellow if it doesn't go there, and it doesn't go on the other side, which we already proved. Okay? So now, let's look at this one and go, can it go anywhere on the bottom? Can't go there. Can't go there. Too many in purple. Too many in purple. Oh, actually, it could go. It could go right there. Okay. It can't go here because 2 of those would be in red. Too many in red, too many in red. So it can go there. And then I'm going to assume the opposite of it by those numbers. Oh no, because it's not the same. Okay, so it can't go anywhere on the top. Can't go anywhere on the top row. So this is what we figured out, Beeb. This big guy, it's 2x3 here, can't go anywhere on the top. Regardless of what it is, there's going to be at least 4 in one of those regions, and we only need 3. So it can't go anywhere on the top. Okay? Can't go anywhere in the middle at all. We already figured out that, sorry, let me move this over here. We already figured out it can't go here because we need a round boy over here and we can't get a round boy. Yes? We got that. Closest round boy that we could get would be here, like that, and there's going to be 2 of those. So it doesn't go in that spot in the middle 2 rows. We also just learned that it can't go there for the same kind of reason that up top here we need a square boy. And the closest square boy we can get is that one, and now we've got 3 round boys. So that doesn't work. Okay? It also can't go anywhere else in the middle because at least 4 of them are going to be in yellow. So we've noted that this 2x3 can't go anywhere in the top 2, can't go anywhere in the middle 2, 3 and 4. On the very bottom, there's only one spot it can go. Not there, too many in purple, too many in purple, too many in red, one more left, too many in red. 2 of these in red. It can go there. This is just showing red because it's got that one's blocking it off. But it can go there. If it goes there, then we need to figure out a very specific thing for orange. Which I think we're already going to run into a problem with orange. Yeah, if it goes there, how can orange be satisfied? Orange needs one of each without touching this dark blue at all. That might work to get 1, but we would need a square and a round. That's going to put another one in dark blue, so that's not going to work. Yeah? That, if we tried to get a round in, that does work. But now we can't get a square in. If we move that, that puts another round one down in dark blue. If we bring it up here, even worse, because there's 2 in orange now. Now the only other option would be, okay, well what if we do this? Then we just need a square to go in there. And that also doesn't work, because the only squares that are available require you to move this piece over here, or move this piece over here. Satisfies orange, and now dark blue's messed up. You still with me? So, I think we figured out that this 2x3 can't go on the bottom 2, can't go in the middle 2, can't go on the top. So we know that it has to go somewhere in this configuration, either rows 2 and 3 or rows 4 and 5. Now let's go through rows 4 and 5. This has too many in red. This has a double in yellow and a double in red. This has too many in yellow. This has too many in yellow. This would satisfy yellow and blue, but I think you're going to find we're going to run into the exact same issue with trying to satisfy orange up here. Because now we can't satisfy orange, even more so based on what we've constricted the dark blue to. Does that make sense? Same thing, so we can't satisfy this orange region up here if this is here. It blocks us off on the bottom. And then here, too many in dark blue, or purple, or whatever we want to call it. So now we figured out that this one can't go in 4 and 5. So we know for a fact that this one is somewhere in rows 2, 3, and 4. Yeah? Can't be there. Too many in orange. Can't be there. Too many in blue. So we're really whittling it down here. It can go there. It can go there. It could go there. It can go there. So all of those satisfy it. Yeah? Whether it's, again, so anywhere from here to here is acceptable. Let's assume that it's over here. That's a nice little one square that could go up there. That satisfies orange. Yeah? We need a princess, but we need a princess... We need a princess to be in blue. But it can't be here, because that's going to put too many in orange or too many in green. So it can be here. That one can't be in green, because that'll be 2 in green, so that can go there. Princess?
Can I move something?
Of course you can.
You had it right here.
I had it in between the blue and the yellow there. You're so smart. You got it. We just had to take the biggest one, because the biggest one's going to have the most restrictions. So take the biggest one, kind of go from there. We did it. I'm so proud of you, Beeb. We got the steps. And that's the thing with big puzzles like this. Sometimes you just got to be like, we might not even have a ton of hard gameplay so much as just we need to figure out each individual step. Easy bloodshed. Welcome in. How's it going? Thanks for popping in. How's your sailing stream going? Or your sailing grind? You guys still doing all right? Oh, by the way, and I don't know if you remember my beautiful fiance. She was in the clan as Infinitity. The amazingly named Infinitity. But she's here. We're doing a dual stream. Nice, nice. Have you got a lot of the like 1 in 3K drops from salvaging? She's just messaging from the other room, hanging out.
I'm right here.
She's literally right here. Okay, so. Well, this had, like, a book to help us last time, didn't it? Well, thanks for popping in. Hope everything's going well. And tell Dark Moon we say hi. Team Blood Moon. Team Blood Moon for the win. Nice. Yeah, so I didn't start getting them until the third one, till large shipwrecks. I think large is the third one. No, Barracuda. So I skipped out on the first 2. But I'll go back now that I have better hooks, because it'll obviously work a lot faster. Okay, so let's look at what's going on here. Do any of these look similar? What are we notating here? Okay, let's look at this first one. Just check it one at a time. Because I thought there was a book for this, but maybe not. Are there any up there that are the exact same as one below? I guess like the tooth comb looking one is the same if you don't count that there's 3 dots there.
I feel like we need to be looking for this code or something. Why else would we?
I think it's just aesthetic. I think it's just the aesthetic for the room, because I think they all had I mean, if you see something, please let me know. I just don't know what exactly we're looking for here. Hold on. What is happening? Again, we could brute force this, but that's totally not in the nature of it, so we're not going to do that. What's the frame of mind here? I'm so confused. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see if there's anything like sticking out that matches.
It is in the reflection. On this first one, you can see 2. On the second one, you can see 3.
Where are you seeing 2, baby?
2 lines, Roman numerals. 2. Second one, you can see 3. Third one, you can see either 5 or 10.
Oh,
Probably 5,
snap.
and then 6.
Okay, so just to show, my beautiful, amazing fiance is looking here and showing that if you look in the puddle, so we're trying to find the one that actually is different. So in between the I and the I there, if you go back up here, that looks up here to be 2 anks, but it's not. It's actually a Roman numeral 2. Oh, you're brilliant, Beeb.
I told you it was the puddle.
I just thought it would be aesthetics. She's also noting a Roman numeral 3 down there. Yeah. So what would be the third one up would be a 3. Oh, what is it? So what'd you say? It's 3. You're so smart. You're so smart. This is why we do this together. This is why we dual stream. Blush says good find. It was a very good find. She's so smart. I didn't even think about that. Was that how that puzzle worked in the other room?
No, there was a book.
I was going to say, there was a book for reference in the other one. Okay, so it actually wasn't the same puzzle as the other one. The ones we've done so far were the same puzzles, just scaled up, but that one wasn't the same puzzle. Okay, alrighty. Going on to the last one. Dracula's Castle. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, that's right, we have the mysterious eye now. Okay, so hold tight. I am going to move... I'm going to move this around again so that we can all see what the eye is showing. That looks good. We want to be able to see the eye. So here we go. So I have a mysterious eye. Okay.
Draggable or just, oh, no, you don't do anything.
I think they're just, yeah, they're just clickable.
Well, these.
Okay. So again, so this was essentially what the puzzle was that happened in there. Here's the breakdown. This was a little difficult to understand at first. So I have a magical eye that when it hovers over anything that's kind of, anything that's kind of holographic in a sense, it's giving you like a breakdown for what the symbols mean. So the red is the symbol for the object it's describing. The green is its relation to the other object. And anything that's tally marks in the yellow, that's how many it's referencing. So in this case, the symbol for this, the X is the sword, and it's saying the sword is to the left because it's pointing to the left. I'm trying to do it in relative to. So the sword is to the left of the shield, which is an upside down triangle. So X is to the left of the shield. Hence, what do you get up here? This one at the bottom is saying boat. Oh no, yeah, boat is above the water. So the symbol there on the left is the boat. The V with the little lines is the boat. And then the water is two like W looking things. Okay? This is saying a man is in between, because it's coming from both sides, is in between two vampires. The one on the right is a vampire. And you know it's a vampire because that is just vampire. It's the exact same symbol. So a man is in between two vampires. That up top is saying two moons. That's the moon symbol. So like a backwards C with 3 lines. So those are our symbols for that. We go over here, we can see more symbols. So that's saying a key is in between two men. That's saying 4 apples are below a tree. So the apple is the triangle, like the scale looking triangle with a line up top. 4 apples below tree. That is saying 3 stars. That is saying sun. And that is saying an apple is above a man. These are all weird sentences. It's like I'm in an ESL course right now. Hold on, I'm going to change one thing really quickly on that. Okay, we're back. So now we have to look at these and figure out, based on these symbols, how we can describe all of these? Do we need to find a way to describe? So we have to change these so that it satisfies everything we see here. So again, we have a star, we have the moon, we have the tree, we have the key, we have a sword, and we have a person. No worries. Thanks for popping by, Bloodshed. It was lovely to see you. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye. Beeb says bye. Okay, so how do we describe this? A key. Nope, we need... So, man are between two trees. Where's tree? Tree.
Well, what's the symbol for moon?
The
You
moon.
could also do that for the moon is between 2 stars.
Moon is between. So moon is that one. Is. Oh, it's not giving us the option for between on these bottom ones. It's only giving us the option. Okay.
Trees below the stars, so I think the top one is the moon one. This isn't below.
Okay, so we just need to find a way to describe all of them
This is star, right?
Yeah.
Or it could be moon.
So we need to find a way to describe all of these.
Okay, I think it needs to go in order, so describing the top one, describing the next one.
I think the top one is actually going to be a tree between two humans.
Why do you think that?
So I'm assuming we have to use these four to describe all of them without over describing them. Like, for example, we can't say that a sword is under a tree because there is no sword under the left tree.
Say something about it in relation to a key.
Right, so one of these is going to have to be the sword and the key. That is true. One of the basic ones is going to be sword is to the left of the key. So let's do sword is to the left of the key. You're right there. What?
It'd be to the right of the key.
Yes, sword is to the right of the key. So that one alone should satisfy the entire bottom row.
Unless it's the sword below the tree or the key below the man.
You know what? Okay. I think you're right. I think you're right in that. We could say, yeah, so let's say that the key is below the man, because the key is always below the man. Key is below man, yes. So that is always true. The tree is always below the star. What is a star? 2 X's? Star is 2 X's. Okay. So we could say the star is above, always above the tree.
Or is it tree below the stars?
Here's the thing, you could put them all in. So I don't necessarily think that's going to change. And then we need one to describe the moons. So the moon is always between 2 stars. This is going to have multiple solutions. Never mind. That solved it. Well, what I put there, what I was cycling through, is that the star is between 2 moons. So it was describing the top, like 2, 3, and 4 on the top row. But I guess that worked. It feels like there was a lot of solutions for that one. Oh, we have an outfit? Oh, hell yeah. I'm dressing like Dracula. Yes, a premium outfit. Look at me. Look how sleek. Oh, Beeb. Oh, I like that. Okay. I do like that. Oh, you look snazzy. Oh my god. Do me now. Okay, so we have some more. Lost Starship.
How many of these were you doing?
We got 12 of them. I figured we've only been playing for less than 45 minutes. I think we go through as many of them as we can. No?
Two?
It's only one-off puzzles. It's just kind of like we're doing, you know, a couple really big rooms. Okay, so... So what are we... Oh, okay. So we have to figure out a couple of things. Okay. So here's what we need to do, my love. Here's what we need to do. What does this do? Oh. Okay, so I want you to imagine, it's hard to see right now, but there are 4 diamonds. There's a diamond there. There's a diamond there. There's a diamond there. There's a diamond there. Okay? Here are our 4 moves that we can do. Okay? These moves are going to push, like if I were to do this and put it here, it's going to push the X down here. It's going to push this one with the little opening in the left down here. It's going to push this one back up to the top. See that? Okay. Now here's the kicker. We only have 4 moves for us to line up where the diamonds are in the spaces in between each. So we have that X definitely needs to land in the middle, right? And that needs to lie in the middle. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 that all need to be configured here, 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 and here, facing inwards. So it completes the diamonds in the middle. But we only have 4 moves based on this starting position to make that happen. Now, if I do this, again, it pushes from the direction and it loops around to the other side. Okay? If I do this, it turns everything in that row clockwise once.
Wait, how do you...
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
there you go. Close. Okay, so that first one I put in is not gonna be right. When you undo it, it only does it, undoes it 1 move at a time. So the first one is not right. So 2 of these are gonna have to be pushing the X. At least 2 of them are gonna have to be pushing the X into right, so that would work, but we can't put another one in the same spot and make it happen again. We can do something like that, and that lines up there, but we don't have the X in there. actually, wait a second. Yeah, you're right. You're so heckin' smart. See, we're flying through these. These are easy. We can sail through any of these when we have the mind of a Beeb. Trademark. That was great, baby. Good job. All right. Mind of a Bee from Hasbro. Oh, Beeb! Yay! This is just Minesweeper. This is all me. Okay. So. Okay. So. Where are we starting first? Where's a good place to start? I'm glad you asked. Good place to start. So we're marking boxes. Okay? This is basically Minesweeper, but Minesweeper based on, like, corners instead. So this 3 means 3 of these have to be... Yeah? Are you paying attention, baby? It's okay, but just watch and I'll talk you through it. So this 3 in the middle, yes, this 3, means that 3 of these boxes have mines in them, or let's just call it Minesweeper. So 3 of these boxes have these, yes? Now, what this 1 means is only 1 of these is it. The thing is, if I put 3 there, yeah, then this 1 is broken because 2 of its boxes have 1 in it. So that's already broken. Yeah? So the 3, basically, I have to have 3 in these 4 boxes, but I can only have 1 in either this one or this one. If there's 1 in both, then that 1 is broken. Does that make sense? Okay. So I don't know which one it is just yet, but what I do know is that the other 2 that we need to make 3 are both going to go up here. So these are for sure, and then the other one is either here or there, but not both, or else this one has nothing. So let's just keep that in mind, and we just got to move 1 step at a time. Okay. Shout outs to Roland in the chat. He's not here. So this 2, let's look at this 2. This 2 is now satisfied. Those are the 2 that pair with it, right? So that 2 is satisfied, which means that's a 0 and that's a 0. So now this is satisfied. And you can tell because it lined up with green. Oh, is my chat resetting? Okay. Does that make sense? And you can see that it's satisfied because it's green, yes? So now this 2 has zeros down here, so we need both of these in order to get to 2.
The goal to get all green.
Goal is to get all green. Okay? So we can kind of do the same sort of thing over on this side with the 3 and the 1. It's actually going to be exactly the same when a 3 is above a 1. We know, same thing. 3 of the 4 of these are going to have 1. But 2 of them can't be down on the bottom, or else this 1 is broken. So we know that 2 have to go up here, and then the other 1 is in either of these 2 spots. Yes? Does that at least make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So same thing here. We have another 3 above a 1. So these both have to be 1s, and only one of these can work. It's either a 1 there or a 1 there, not both. Now, let's look at what that's helped fill out. We've got the 1s corresponding to this 2. So it's actually going to work exactly the same way this one just did. The 2 are there, so that's a 0, that's a 0. Now that 2 is satisfied. Now let's look at what that's done for this. 3 needs a 3rd. We already have 1 0, so that's a 1. That 3 is now satisfied. You go to this 3. 1, 2, 3, that's a 0. That's satisfied. We also know that this is a 1. My chat box is in a bad spot for this whole type. Sorry, you couldn't see, but I did the same thing. That was a 1 earlier. So that's a 3. Now look at this one. 1. We have a 1. Yes, that's the 1 for that box. So that's a 0, that's a 0. We have the 2 right there for that 2. So that's a 0. We need a 3rd, and so it has to go there. This one, we need a 3rd, so it's going to go there. This one, that's all 3 of them, so that's a 0. This one, there's your 1, so those are both zeros. Yeah? This one, there's your 1, those are both zeros. We need a 1 that can satisfy both of those. So if we put the 1 there, it satisfies that, but that one would have to be 0 and that one's broken. So instead, that's a 1 and that's a 0. So that's satisfying both of those. That make sense? Okay. So we have this. We need 1 more to get to 2, and then that one will be a 0. So now the bottom's done. So where do we go on the top? We have to go here. This 2, we're looking for one it's 3 of them are already decided. So what do we need to make this to satisfy the 2? We need a 1. Those 2, that one and that one, is now satisfied, so that's a 0. Oops, that's a 0. Yeah? That one satisfies that. That's a 0. 0, 0, 1, we need a 1 in order to satisfy this 2. Now we've got all 3. That's a 0. This 2, we need 1. That's now a 0. Same thing there, we got those 2, and that's a 1. I played a ton of Minesweeper when I was younger. I loved it. My mom played the crap out of that game. It's just one of the few games that were free on standard PCs. It was either that or it was the
Pinball.
It was the pinball. Oh, there were a couple others that we had on there. A couple ones that were free depending on the exact computer you had. That was great. Let's keep going. I will move my chat box and everything accordingly. Okay, now we have, oh my god, we have all these. We have a notepad. Let's take the notepad and let's pin it. Okay, so flammable matter cannot be adjacent or diagonal. Radioactive can only be in chains up to 3. Connecting themselves, so orthogonally, meaning left and right, up and down. Diagonal's fine. Exotic matter cannot share the same row or column. Just make that way smaller, pin that, keep that over there. And we'll close this out. Okay. Okay. So, let's figure this out really quickly. How many exotics do we have? We have 7 exotics, which is great because we have a 4x4 here and a 3x3 here. So 3 of them are going to go over here. 4 of these are going to go over here. Yeah? We also know, based on the sheer numbers, that the fire... okay, so let's figure this out. So here's your logic. You ready, baby? Okay, relate. We have these 7 blue exotic containers. Remember, exotic means they can't share the same column or row. That was just for you. The same column or row. So there's a maximum of 4 that can be in here and a maximum of 3 that can be in this one. Yes? Okay, so I put 3 over here and 4 over here. Now, Based on this having 9 squares, yes. If there are any greens, they can only be in groups of 3 connected to each other. Yeah. Can only be 3 connected to each other. So let's say there are 2 types of ways that this could work. That could work. Yeah. That could work, and what we could do is we could put 6 greens over here. So that could work, right? Yeah. You want to get closer to look? Or are you just looking at my screen? Okay. So that could work. But we're going to run into a kind of big problem. Because we have a lot of flames on the side of my face. Heaving, breath, breathing, heaving, breathing. To put in this one. And they're going to be too close to each other. So, it's not this configuration. Meaning, the blue is going to have to be in a configuration like this instead. Okay? That make sense? But here's the issue we run into. Issue we run into is that now we have a lot of greens touching each other. So it is in fact not that. Actually, that's going to have to go there. That has to be that. Now, I'm not sure whether that one's red or green. We'll figure that out in a second. This could be like that. Yeah. Combination of it. And let's just kind of keep putting in some containers and see what happens. Oh, it can't connect adjacently or diagonally. Oh, God. I think that's going to have to be fire over here. Yeah, we need to use as much fire as we can. And the rest are green, right? And that's no more than 3 that's going to connect? So I think we're just popping the rest of the greens in there. We did it. We heckin' did it, Beeb. All right. Our challenge. Oh my Lanta. Okay. So. Holy crap. Okay, so now essentially we need to configure this Oh, God. Oh, this is bad. Okay, so we... Oh, shit. So we need to configure this where the shadows... We're looking at these shadows over here. This is going to be really difficult to move my stuff around so you can see what we're dealing with. Let's try this. Nope. I don't think we're going to be able to... Okay. Sort of, kind of. So let's figure out where these respective ones have to go. Okay. So let's look at the pieces. Look at the pieces. You ready, babe? We're looking at the pieces. So this round bottom, I think, serves the same purpose as this. So yeah. This round and square bottom serves the same purpose, which is filling out, you can see over here, just filling out the entire bottom section. So one of them is going to go in this middle row to satisfy this one. And it's going to go in the middle too because it's not up there and it's not up there. The other one needs to go right here, and I don't really think it matters which one it is. Hi, welcome. Welcome back in. Welcome back in, Teresia. We need this dude to be somewhere over here. I understand, and I will get to it when I can get to it. I appreciate your patience. So one of them have to go here. This one is going to go up there. So this can't be there, though. So literally only this one can be in the top row? Oh no, because this one can be in the top row. We were doing some escape room stuff. Okay, so that's not gonna work. Not playing Batman today, no. No, my Batman is my Monday stream. We should only have one, maybe two more parts of that. So I'm trying to configure. Okay, so these like pyramids, they work as a pyramid, obviously, in the orientation they're facing. They also work as a. I'm actually doing a stream with my Beeb. My Beeb's over here. My beautiful fiance, my in real life fiance. She does exist. I promise. Right? Yeah, just don't say anything so that they keep guessing. So this one here, okay, needs one from the top and one from the bottom. I might have this. No, that does not work, because that puts a middle line where one needs to not be. Oh yeah, just move that over and that up. No? No! Pooh! No, because this one here needs to satisfy where this... hold on. There we go. I was gonna say, it needed to satisfy the one in the bottom... third on the bottom. That was the only part not being satisfied. Alright. We did it. There we go. Space Darkest? I think I still like my Dracula outfit. Now, you know what? We'll go Space Darkest. Alright, we got 3 more, babe. Can we do it?
I'm mentally checked out right now.
Okay. So are we done completely?
No. I'll sit here.
Okay. Can I still keep going? Okay. Alright, so we already did this one from the Cursed Treasure. Next one we're going to do. I don't know. Oh, this is the one that was like on the wall to like line up the cannonballs. I think that's the one this is. Alright, we'll try this. So yeah, this is all Escape Simulator 2. This is essentially... Oh, I lied. This is not. You said what, baby?
You're still wearing your space outfit.
Yeah, I decided to go with the space outfit. Thanks, baby. Okay, so that might be the tell, honestly. This one here might be the tell. You have a dead dog? Yeah, she's a dead dog over here. She's not actually, to clarify, she's not actually dead. She's just a dog, but she's zonked out like she's dead. Okay. Okay, so here's the thing. It's showing a silver key on the bottom thing, a silver key above... Wait a second. So am I to believe that this is actually backwards? Okay. Hear me out. This right here is showing a key directly above a key. Yes? If we assume that based on these 5 rows, that it's top row, second row, middle row is along the equator, then 4th row, then 5th row, that doesn't make any sense because there is no key in the 4th row that is directly above a key in the 5th row. Does that make sense? And I mean, it's directly above it. That's actually interesting because there are only 2 keys that are directly above each other. And it's these 2. So I think that gold key and silver key being directly above each other is in fact here. Silver key there is going to be there. Okay. If that silver key is lined up perfectly here, where's the other key in relation? Almost halfway across. And it is a gold key. Okay. Let's look there. Okay, so that's also going to be a gold key there. The silver key, so that's going to be on the top row. And then that's going to be on the second row, but like diagonally back. Nope, silver key's gonna go there. Huh. This one's really finicky. Okay, so again, silver key. Top of gold key. Okay, now. Okay, so based on this one, oh, Unless we're supposed to be doing it actually upside down from the get-go. Okay, so hold on. So silver and gold. Yes. I was just thinking the exact same thing. Okay, let me... Okay. So, let's assume that it's actually just upside down instead. And let's assume that it's not, maybe not perfect. Okay, so that would be a gold key. That would be a silver key. All the way up here. Directly, more or less directly above that. Okay. Okay, silver key. This is looking more promising. Silver than gold. That's that silver and that gold. This guy is almost on the opposite side of the top silver. And then from him, we go diagonally down, so that might be gold, silver. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So it was upside down. That's sneaky. That was sneaky deaky. Two more, Beeb. Yeah, but I would love to have you here. Oh, this is the gunpowder one. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, so here's a great question that we need to ask. If I use the gunpowder here, okay, so I cannot, in fact, move them once it's decided. Okay, what are my distances for the furthest away? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I understand the issue now. No, I don't. Why can I not put one there? That's the only spot it won't let me put one? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be it, right? Yeah. That wasn't that hard. I feel like that was way more to just look at and try to figure out than it actually was difficult. Thanks, baby. Wish you were here. Got one more. And I don't know what it unlocks afterwards, so we're gonna have to figure it out. Oh god, this one. Okay, so when we move some of these pieces, this is one that I did without you in that last room. I don't quite understand this one, if I'm being honest. I don't know why it works sometimes and why it doesn't work other times. Okay, so I already feel like that's not right. Like, I guess I just don't get it. Why does that not work? Okay, that worked. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, so that is working. Okay, there we go. That works. I don't think that's the answer. I think we're gonna have to redirect back that way. Yeah. There we go. We got it. Hey. Turn to menu. Okay, so what do we get from this? That's a very important thing. What do we get from completing all the darkest puzzles? Oh. We got a key. We got one key. Okay, that's great. That's all fantastic. Where are the other keys? So where are the other keys? Is the question we need to ask. My lord. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna take a look-see here. Wait, what? Why? That doesn't even make any sense. How would you find that? Oh. Hey, babe. Can we continue working because we could do some cool stuff. Do you mind coming to join me? So I was looking online, and if you know your Latin, which we don't, but if you know your Latin, okay, this is silly. This is silly. So yeah, so I could have typed this in. I just haven't brushed up on my Latin. All right, we're gonna go find these. You gotta believe. Gotta believe. It's too real. Might as well pull the Discord right now while I'm at it. Hi! So apparently we needed to read the Latin around this big portal, because the Latin says something. So the Latin translates to, oh, of course it pops up right on top of it. Here's what the Latin translates to on the thing around. High above, from deep caves to ancient worlds, the morning star lights your way. Look at it and it will reveal the way. Use this clue to help find the 3 stars. Apparently there are 3 stars that if you stare at them, you'll be rewarded with a key in the lobby. Because here's the thing, we just got the key from this, and that's the big key, but we still need 3 keys. So we need to go find them. Once we get the keys, though, apparently it links you to another section, which there's not a walkthrough for right now because it's not. They're gonna go over at 5. We're gonna meet them at 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me put this up here. Here we go. Kind of moving my stuff all around this stream just because in case things pop up, they're going to pop up in the top right for me to use in the bars down here. So wow. Oh, it's waiting for other players. Can you go check yours to make sure you haven't logged out? Okay, you're back in now. It's just got you asleep on the bed. Okay, that was terrifying. Oh. We might need to, we might need to solve this because we have to get outside. Can we kind of resolve the room just to get outside? Okay, so she's a vampire. She's normal. Top one's a vampire. And this guy's a vampire. (4B*6). Yeah, 4B*6. Oh, I got a plate too. Another little plate. Is that the key to outside? It is. Okay, we're outside. So apparently, there's a star we need to look at. There's a morning star that we need to look at. Where's the spyglass? Okay, do you see it? Why don't you look at this really quickly? Come look at the spyglass. I'm gonna drop it. Hold on. I'm gonna drop it. Look at the spyglass. And I want you to go all the way over here, and I want you to look up at the night sky. You see it? You're looking over here. You're looking over where I'm stand right where I'm standing, and you're looking back here, behind the room. Do you see it? I think we're just looking at it. It said if you just stare at it for a while, then you'll get a notification. Yeah, it says Clavis Stella Orientalis Detecta in Vestibulo Iam Inveni. Did you get that up at the top? So I'm assuming that means you found a heckin' star. Okay. Now we need to go find the other two. Now, this one, you and I are not going to be able to look at together. So I'm going to let you do it, because I'm seeing it. Or I'll let you see it, and then for the sake of the stream, if I can look at it. Let's do that. Okay, we need to get to the part where... Did we restart the room entirely? Really? We need to get the one that, like, you can, like, walk around and look at it like it's the dirt walkway. Remember that, like, finder thing we hold up next to it and we can... So that's what we need. As soon as we get that... We actually don't need to do anything else. How you doing so far?
One of them.
Okay. This one that's only one. So Pokeball is just that one. Okay. And then the Pokeball's that one. What else is that one? So what else? What else is Pokeball? Pokeball is also Diamond. Which one is not Diamond? Hold on. Which one is not Diamond? Stars and 6 dots. Tablet, 1 of 3. Nope, that's not the one. Nope, that's not the one.
I have a tablet too.
Okay. Does your tablet fit in one of these? Nope, it's gonna be over in this one. Here we go, and we need to position these to where they line up. Like that. Oh, you're right. It's the other way around. It's that one flipped like that. Good. And then we need to get this one by doing the... oh god, we have to go through this whole thing again. Okay, we need to get this budding thing to... This first one here, okay, I'm going to describe it to you. We need to get it to 3 sun and 5 water. So 5 water's over here, 3 sun's roughly in the middle. And just drag that big one right over here. Like right there. Okay, now we got the seed ring. So take that seed ring. Okay. And we need to take that closed one that you're on right now, go to 1 sun and 3 water. So 1 sun is going to be far away, 3 water's here in the middle. Right back here. Drop it. You're going to put the seed ring in. Okay. Now we need to bring that one to 5 sun, 4 water, which is going to be all the way up here. Okay, now take the egg. Now you got the egg. You need to go to this doohickey one over here. You're going to go to 1 sun and 4 water. So all the way back here. Okay, put the egg in. Okay, now we need to go to 4 sun, 1 water, which is going to be like right there-ish. Here we go, grab that. And then the last one we need is you're gonna go to this budding flower and it needs to go to 1 sun, 1 water. So all the way back in this corner. No, that one right there. Yes, that one right there. It's gonna come right here, all the way back. 1 sun, 1 water. Okay, and put that in. And then we need to grab that. And that is going to go right here. Um... Actually, you know what? No, it goes there. And then that goes there, and then that goes there. Okay. We're speed running. So it makes us do the whole frickin' thing. Okay.
I do need to take a shower before we get here.
It's okay. Cosmic Blueprint. Okay, so that's done. That's what we need. Nope, don't need that. So we need to find where this is. There it is. So there's the red star. See it? Because the Latin in the lobby room says, look for like the morning star or whatnot to guide your way.
So are we just supposed to look it up?
You're supposed to look up the Latin. Yeah. And so you look for the one star that's like notably different. Now some of the rooms you physically can't find stars because you're not outside. And some of the stars some of the rooms you just have to keep looking for it. So we're gonna save and exit that one. I'm gonna go find the other one. Of course, baby. You're meeting us at the tacos. We're gonna pop back into this one and we're gonna find it. And the thing is, it's gonna unlock something that I don't quite know about. Is a Beeb in here? A Beeb is in here. So supposedly, it's right there. It's hard to see, but it's right there. Right smack dab in the middle. You have to stare at this thing for like a full like 20 seconds or 30 seconds or something like that. It's kind of crazy. Hell yeah. All right, so we got it. We're gonna go back out to the lobby, try to figure out whatever the hell this means. Okay, now we got a book. The book go on a shelf. It does. Beeb. Okay, that's really cool, and I want to experience this with her, but I have no idea what to expect in here. Okay, well, we gotta stop it there. Because what a cliffhanger. Okay, that's really cool. Hold on, I can't remember if she said she was getting in the shower or just changing. Hold on. Dork. Well, we're gonna have to come back and do that next time. So we have one more stream. That's so cool. That's so cool. I'm so excited. I'm glad that we found that. But for now, we gotta stop here because we're about to go meet some friends for a great game night and hanging out and everything like that. But also, we have to experience this together, Beeb and I. And she's going to get ready, and we don't have enough time. So I have no idea what's in this new area. I have no idea what this walkthrough is. I have no idea. There is no walkthrough. I was even looking at the site, and it's just like, we don't have a walkthrough for this. And I was like, okay, shit. So we're going to figure this out at the same time. But that's it. That's all we're doing for this mini little stream. A couple of hours hanging out, just shy of 2 hours. But we got the bonus thing, so that's kind of fun. It seems a little... That seems a little far-fetched to find something. But also, to assume that you have to stare at it for 30 seconds... That's a lot. But I'm glad we found it. There is one trophy that we're still missing because we didn't get the time for those ones. But again, we'll still go off and do that off stream just to make sure that we get the achievements and everything else like that. But what an ominous thing in the background. Hey, you're going to go into a portal that has a big, massive timer on it. See if you make it out. So we're going to call it there for now. That's it. A little stream with my Beeb. By the way, after this, we have other puzzle games and stuff like that we're looking to stream. But we also are considering a Minecraft stream just because she really likes Minecraft, and I've wanted to actually play the game, like, for getting far in the game, getting bosses and killing the bosses and making our way to the end and stuff like that. So we may or may not make that our little Tuesday or Wednesday stream that we hang out. It really just depends. Just because across the board, she just doesn't have as much focus for streaming in that long period of time as I do. So it might be tricky to find the exact way that we're planning on doing that. Oh my god. Jeez. Okay, so we'll call it there. Thanks everyone who popped by. Thanks Bloodshed for coming in and saying hi. And Teresia, I did finally accept your request, so I will we'll follow up with that outside of this. So thanks everyone, anyone that came by. We got the lobby almost done basically in Escape Simulator 2. So this is kind of a walkthrough, I guess, kind of sorts. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. I will be back in here again tomorrow. I will be streaming tomorrow, even though I normally don't stream on Wednesdays. I'll be streaming tomorrow because I'm not streaming Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. So we're going to be back with LEGO Star Wars to do another couple hours of streams tomorrow. And then you won't see me back here until Sunday. So if I don't see you tomorrow, enjoy the rest of your weekend, everyone. As always, don't be an asshole. Just stop. Just don't do it. Allow your friends to call you out on it when you're doing it as well. Don't be an asshole. My name's Agent Talon. Have a great rest of your night, everyone. Bye for now.